Wow. Okay, so that is fighting. Yeah, nothing more needs to be said over at the casting desk. We're getting ready for these 1v1s. And man, there's so much anticipation now because we have to get through all of these, and then we have Yamato versus Rusty.
Yeah, so this time, we actually don't have a European in this game. We have Carbon versus Kami. That's our first 1v1, so we'll see who wins this then. There's no European.
It's like I'm looking at, I'm getting flashbacks of the game Carbon versus Dimashki, and that was one of the worst ones of the entire tournament. The Heimerdinger versus the Kennen. I think 2 stuns landed the entire game, and it was very, very slow-paced. And then I look back at the Kami games. We saw the very interesting match of Lulu Nami, and then we saw, of course, the Kennen from Kami. And with that in mind, I think Kami's going to take it.
Certainly does look to be in the favor of the mid laner of the CB low region, but if anyone can provide an upset right now, it will be the man on the right of your screen, the jungler Carbon. I agree, the Kennen didn't look great, but lulling people into a false sense of security has Oceania been all tournament long, Yamato, and it is for this moment right now.
Yeah, Carbon has made it all the way here, but we are into the champion select. Urgot has been banned along with Caitlyn, so getting all the anti-fun out of the way. Remember, Kami has played Lulu before as well, when AD, also when Execution is calling, so literally anything could come out here by Kami.
That was actually really smart when Kami did that, was able to really take the matchup after that point, and you know, we have been pointed out, only 2 Doran's items on this map means that you do have to get quite creative after that point.
I loved also Kami's response when he was asked in the interview, what made you buy the Executioner's Calling? I was just browsing the shop.
That's good. It's just like this item exists. Kindred will be the next ban coming out from Kami. Kennen banned out by Carbon. Kami has picked up that pick before.
So is Carbon.
So has Carbon.
Yeah, not much faith in his own pick there, so maybe he has something else. Maybe he's been practicing the Leona and looking to take it into the matchup.
I really feel like this is lining up with the Nunu that Rusty was talking about.
Oh,
cheesy Nunu. Well, it's very hard to decide who you're going to root for before you see the picks, because the picks are so important in this.
Yeah, have to agree on that one, Yamato. Caitlyn has been banned out though, so the natural predator to Leona is already gone. Lulu has been banned away by Kami, who actually, again, picked up that champion. Last ban from Carbon. He's using all of the time available. Annie will be the final ban.
Yeah, I had a feeling that AD, Annie, and AD Brand were going to see a little bit more play, just because the point stick click stuns are so good.
And that was an insta-lock. The Nunu. We're here, boys. Okay, so how does this work? He's just going to max consume, right?
So there's 2 ways you can do it. You either go ring, max snowball, try and just harass them out of the lane and build a CS advantage that way because they have to back so often. Or if you're really on point with your mechanics, you max Q and then you never get shoved out of lane and you just CS like mad.
I feel like it's very dependent on what he faces. I personally prefer the Doran's Ring approach because the AP actually makes your consume heal you for more. So the synergy is right there.
Okay, and 7 seconds remaining. Kami hasn't even hovered anything yet. What do you pick in here? It's going to be LeBlanc coming into the mid lane. Wow, LeBlanc versus Nunu. Not a matchup that I'm familiar with, I have to say.
Like, I'm going to be honest, I think Nunu's favoring this. I'm changing my stance. I actually think the Nunu is going to destroy this LeBlanc.
See, I was the opposite.
Very frustrating.
I was the opposite. I got beaten by this exact pick. If he goes AD, I have absolutely no idea how to deal with LeBlanc. She's just so annoying and CS so easily.
It is like, sure, I love the AD LeBlanc. I've talked about it a lot. I've played it against you. I've smashed you. And there's just something about Nunu. It is very, very hard to burst him down. He has the sustenance and he has the snowballs and he's in his hometown.
Yeah, this is going to be a very hard matchup for Kami. We need to know whether he's AD or AP. Again, the summon spells are going to be exactly the same, but I feel like it doesn't really matter if you go AP or AD. The result is going to be the same. Nunu's going to eat some minions and he's just going to not do anything.
And Carbon looks so happy at the moment. He was giggling like a madman.
Kami does not look happy.
He, on the other hand, is like this dirty cheeser who takes Nunu into a 1v1.
That's the face of a man
who is disappointed. That is a disappointed look.
He's like, why is he playing LeBlanc? I win. Carbon. Oh, and he's playing Nunu bot as well. Hope we can get some last ban out there.
Look at his runes. He has so much HP already. Oh my goodness.
Okay, it's going to be the Doran's Ring coming out for the Nunu. So does this signal the consume or the E max?
I honestly, knowing Carbon as a person, I think it's going to be the consume. Looking at his runes of masteries, I also think it's going to be consumed. Because you're right, that dude has 760 health at level 1.
Oh my goodness. Oh. This is so dirty.
Yeah, it's the definition of dirty. And he doesn't even need to invade the brush or anything. Usually we talk about level 1 tactics, and you're going to push up. The carbon chants are coming out. Got to be feeling good on stage right now. Pulling out the last spam as well. I think this is Carbon's game to lose, honestly.
Now, speaking of first spells to level up, I definitely think Nunu should skill up the Consume. It allows him to sustain the damage. Oh, never mind. He just went completely against what I suggested. So
he can't hear you.
That is true. That is true.
You're not
But
why
why I want to consume is because the level 1 wave is so important. The sustenance from the consume also allows you to out-attack the wave, because you see, as soon as his snowballs has to run back, and as soon as the melee minions are gone, he won't be able to contest the range minions.
Yeah, it certainly looks to be the case. And Kami just wants to fight him level 1 because he knows otherwise he will not win.
And he may actually get the better of Carbon. The exhaust comes down. Now the 2 clones come out. Kami turns around and is trying to get out of range of Carbon. This is going to come down to the auto attack. And Carbon comes out victorious over Kami.
What a performance from the OBL's jungler. Legacy's Carmen goes nuts.
96 seconds on that game, gentlemen.
Champion!
And that's why you don't take Consume level 1. He wouldn't have won that.
Sure, I'm not a Nunu 1v1 master. Carbon obviously is. I don't think he's going to be allowed to play that ever again in this 1v1 tournament.
Carbon actually making a name for himself in the 1v1 circuit now. He could actually come out as the winner in this entire tournament.
And Atlas looks as confused as we do, because that was brilliant to behold.
I did say that Carbon was favored in this matchup.
You did.
It is very, very hard for LeBlanc to kind of take Nunu down, especially if he's going to run in level 1, 760 HP.
Well, we're going to send it over on stage and talk to Carbon and why he picked off Nunu.
Thank you very much, Pulse. And I'm here with a very different Carbon after his victory. You can hear the crowd. They were behind him. The first time we've seen Nunu. I was waiting for it in the 1v1, and you didn't waste any time locking that in. You knew that's what you wanted.
Yeah, the only shame is that they don't have Christmas Nunu, which is the Nunu skin I always use. So I was pretty disappointed when I saw that. But yeah, to be honest, look, I thought there was no way I can possibly win. Just pick Nunus and hope for the best.
Just see what happens there. Well, look, you managed to get the level 1 all-in, landed the snowball at the very end. For some reason, it was actually a fantastic shot. It was attack speed debuff. AD LeBlanc not going to be able to do too much at that stage. So really, really well played there, Carbon. And look, you must be feeling a whole lot better. Do you think you can take the 1v1 tournament, bring it back for Oceania, find a victory for us?
I'll try my best. Yeah, look. Kami is BR Faker, so you can start calling me Os Faker if you want.
All right. I can do that, Os Faker. And with that, we're going to send it back to the casters.
Atlas and Os Faker in the house.
What a performance. You can see how much it meant to him. So yeah, Carbon is a great guy, and that was a really good 1v1. But moving on to the next one, Naru versus White Lotus.
Well, before we move on, we actually do have a replay of those last 10 glorious seconds. So we're actually going to bring that up. And gentlemen, take me through this one.
Please, Yamato, do the honors.
So the question was that I asked myself when I saw this to begin with. Sure, it was glorious. Kami just was in melee, and he took damage from a bunch of creeps. He just has to kind of stay back and push the wave.
You're thinking about it too logically, Yamato. That is a juggler. You are a mid laner. You try and take the fight to them.
No! No.
Apparently not.
Okay, so Naru versus White Lotus. Now we can get on to these next 2 players. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that White Lotus's Vayne has looked really good all tournament long, and we haven't seen it in the 1v1.
For a reason.
Not good?
Not good.
Why not?
Simply because her all-in is weak, her pushing is weak. These are traits that you kind of recognize on the Summoner's Rift as well. Her pushing is weak, has to get a static shield.
She has a really good level 1. She just has a bad level 1 against supports.
The thing is, what champion are you thinking that she's going to play against? Give me a scenario here.
I have no idea. Lucian. She beats Lucian level 1.
That's true. Well, sometimes it is true. It is very, very hard to think about the game theoretically on the point when we are in Champion Select.
Well, we'll get back to that if Vayne is locked in. But Caitlyn, Urgot are the first 2 bans in from Naru. LeBlanc and Kindred in from White Lotus. Kalista will be the final ban from Naru. And what has left open that has looked so good so far? Lulu Kennen is still open for these 2 players. Nunu as well. AP Leona, also fantastic in the 1v1 format.
I really think Miss Fortune can be something that does really well in this, just because of how her passive works. So I would be interested to see if that is picked up.
I love the Draven. Really, really love the Draven. I just get flashbacks from when Soaz played it to beat Wicked, and it's very, very strong in the 1v1. Keep picking up your axes, keep pushing, and it's perfect.
So I have a question. With all of the exhaust ignites we've seen, why have we not seen something like a Jarvan, like a Xin Zhao that can just get level 2, has a reasonably good time pushing level 1 as well, and then just all in?
That is true. Like, I am also surprised. I'm thinking Zed, especially on this patch 5.23, his ultimate kind of guarantees to one-shot any AD carry in the game.
Yeah, I believe the problem is they are not us, is the reason why we haven't seen Xin Zhao so far. They are not big enough cheeses. Carbon is the one who has gone further on that with the new pickup, and it will be Draven picked up with Fizz on Naru.
Well, similar theory, right? You can get in there, you can dodge a lot of the damage with your Playful Trickster, and Q and W at level 1 and 2 are probably two of the highest damage abilities in the game.
And also, like, what I'm thinking, it's White Lotus on Draven. Simply because he picked it, I'm assuming his mechanics are on point as his Vayne. With that in mind, his E can interrupt the damage from the Q, and that is gonna mess up Naru's entire flow.
Now, this will be a very interesting 1v1. I'm just trying to think of the mechanics in my head, but last time we saw Draven, he did actually come out victorious.
Yeah, so I'm thinking right now that when Naru sees it, he's just going to pray that White Lotus makes the obvious error and goes QW. Because then he's like, level 2, I'm just in there, like you would not believe. But
sure.
I agree, if White Lotus does take the E, that stand aside, going to be very difficult for Fizz to get anything done.
For sure. And then, like, we can always draw comparisons to the summoners. If what is the problem of Fizz? He gets pushed in, his level 1 is weak, he gets harassed under the tower, eventually he gets strong enough to do the all-in, but I feel like the 1v1 is all about the early levels.
Yeah, every time I look at these kind of weaker champions, I always think there must be something that we're missing, right? With the Gangplank, we're like, this is terrible. He walked into the lane, we're like, this is amazing. Like, there has to be something here that Naru knows that we don't. Because honestly, in the first couple of levels, White Lotus should dunk him.
Well, the other thing that he could have done, which he hasn't, is get to the brushes first and then just all in level 1. But he hasn't done that, so, you know, not going to mention it.
I think he was looking for the corrupting potion in the shop. It's a new item, you know. Maybe that is the only logical response I have to that, sadly.
He skills E first as well, so...
Oh, so what he's going to do, he's predicting the stand aside. So he just wants to E in on top of him at level 2, not level 1, and be able to dodge that skill shot. All in.
It's definitely true. Of course, Fizz has the passive that reduces the damage he takes from minions, which allows him to kind of trade with the E. This is very, very common also on the Summoner's Rift.
White Lotus is literally just getting up in the grill of Naru, getting into his head, standing up there. He's going to be pushing up this wave a little bit. Naru literally can't get near these minions. It's going to be very difficult for him to get any farm. He's literally just going to have to concede level 2 and wait for the wave to push into him.
Or will he?
Oh, well, he gets the harass in. Actually, a little surprised that White Lotus didn't just stand there and try and get a couple of autos, because Naru was going to have to go out.
Certainly was. Hasn't got W, which is where a lot of Fizz's auto-attack trading does come from. So we'll see whether at level 2 he does decide to pull the trigger. Level 3 is also relatively strong for Fizz. So I feel if he wins this game, it will be in the first 3 levels.
For sure. But White Lotus, of course, gonna reach level 2 first. And I believe the reason why he backed off from the trade was because Naru popped his potion, so there was no point to keep on trading. Just make that potion inefficient.
Already the second stack of that potion has been burnt by Naru, only 1 remaining. And literally right now, White Lotus is just trying to get the wave pushed in. That's all he's really aiming for.
And Naru's just waiting for an equalized creep wave, if we're going to be honest. He just wants there to not be more on his side of the map. This is exactly what he's looking for. We'll see if he does pull the trigger or whether it will be the level 3 all-in.
Well, what did Naru skill right here? I assume it's the
W.
Okay, W and E. So it will probably be the level 3
And Draven has made the mistake. He's got Q and W, although now he's got the other one.
Yeah, he doesn't have E.
No, he doesn't.
Why?
He put 2 points in Q. Naru can win this.
Yeah, like you literally can't knock him out of the Urchin Strike. Naru jumps on White Lotus, and White Lotus will probably die. But Naru doesn't know that.
But the thing is now, there's a bunch of creeps now stacking up. It feels like the window has been closed.
Yeah, but remember, the passive reduces minion damage, so...
That is true.
he should be good, but yeah, gets a little bit of farm there. 62 gold going over to him, but losing the CS war, but of course that's not Naru's win condition here.
It's also impossible to get CS underneath this turret. As
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Every time he goes for CS, it's literally not worth it. He's going to jump onto White Lotus, get a little bit of harassment down, but that is not worth it at all. White Lotus punishes him so hard. Naru will have to go back to base.
Oh, he wanted to back anyway. Not a big deal.
What does he pick up here? What is his item choices? Seekers?
Doran's Blade?
Double Doran's?
Oh my goodness, not a ring. I don't want to have this discussion again. Pick up the blade, damn it.
Well, I believe there's a max of 2 Doran's items, but that's of the same item, so you could theoretically go double ring, double blade, right?
Well, the thing is, Doran's. That is the key word. 2 Doran's items, right?
Maybe.
Maybe.
So it is a second Doran's Blade and a longsword picked up for White Lotus. He also has a huge CS advantage. And maybe level 6. Maybe that's what like the last bet.
Oh, the wave's now pushing towards White Lotus. This is going to be difficult for Naru to actually get on top of him.
Oh, he doesn't want to fight now.
What's
level 4, horrible time.
Level 5, level 6, 2 power spikes for Naru.
I really like the faith you guys have in the fizz pick. I don't have
I didn't
faith.
say I had any faith in this pick. I'm just trying to justify why I could pick
That is true, that is true.
White Lotus, landing the autos. Okay, Naru, are we looking for a level 5 all-in, or is it going to be level 6?
It's going to be level 6. It has to be. He's like too far underneath his turret. White Lotus's wave is going to slowly push up. Naru's going to grab all that CS, all that experience, not CS, experience. Then when it bounces back one more time, he'll go for the all-in.
Yeah, it seems like that is the plan. Simply because since he bought the Doran's ring, Fizz has been nerfed, so his physical damage doesn't get amplified by the ultimate. So of course the Doran's ring makes sense for the level 6 all-in.
Yeah, and you can tell how Naru's playing it. As long as he's in experience range, he doesn't care. He's just going to have a chuckle.
As we can see on screen. Naru heading back to his turret. How is he doing on experience? He's a fair ways off. White Lotus. If we get caught in a one-on-one, it's literally just about the fish landing, right? Like, you have to connect the ultimate for Naru to win.
Yeah, and he has to go E in first. He can't Q in because of exactly the reason that we talked about. So he needs to E on top of White Lotus as the fish is coming out, which is rather difficult to do.
A big problem is also the exhaust. The damage from Fizz is very, very telegraphed, so the exhaust is very, very easy to time. But I feel like the right decision for White Lotus now is to base, get his MR maybe, build towards the Hex Drinker, because Naru is reaching that power spike.
I completely agree. White Lotus has actually missed a trick here because if Naru goes in, he might be able to get it.
White Lotus's E is on cooldown for another couple seconds. This is the time, this is the window for Naru to jump in. Look, another 5 seconds.
He wants
the
to base
ultimate is
so
used.
bad.
Yeah, he's basing.
Hashtag regrets.
Honestly, I feel like Naru should have just pulled the trigger trying to engage in White Lotus. Like, the E was down for another 5 seconds. It was a big window there.
Yeah, certainly do agree with that. But very smart play out of White Lotus. He's going back to the base, to the cheers of the audience.
Yeah, going for the Hex Drinker. And Naru going for another Doran's ring. Okay. What do you think about this AP build? I feel like AD is just straight up better, right?
It is once again like, ever since Fizz got the huge nerfs, which kind of made him just disappear from the top lane, is that his physical damage does not get amplified by the ultimate anymore. So after 6, Doran's rings make more sense. Pre-6, Doran's blade make more sense.
Okay. Good to process. Naru sitting in the bush gets the vision on that side of the map.
And you can see White Lotus knows.
And here's the all-in, but remember the magic resist has been picked up. The exhaust was a little late there by White Lotus. Now the exhaust comes down on to White Lotus himself from Naru.
Naru can still go. His cooldowns will be back up a little bit sooner, and he had a health shrine, so White Lotus probably needs to get back out.
Naru looking for the all-in. He was trying to get the Urchin Strike in range, knowing that the E was down by White Lotus. I think that's still kill potential for Naru, though.
I was so surprised Naru didn't go for the all-in completely there. I felt like he would have won that big time.
Oh, he used it again.
Misses an axe. He's lower mana.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to matter. Naru is too far behind in CS right now. White Lotus is just looking to farm up.
Now Naru goes in, connects the E, and jumps back with the Urchin Strike.
I think he wins auto attack trap.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, he's been maxing his E. See, now I really disagree with Naru's build. I think W is far superior.
Okay, he's gonna jump in here. Already used the E, and he's just gonna get destroyed by White Lotus. This isn't even close. First blood over to White Lotus.
I felt he had his window of opportunity when he all-in, decided to back off. When you back off in these moments, it means you're going for the sustain game. Why would you ever go for the sustain game when you're so far behind in CS?
Yeah, especially against an AD carry who gets life back as they auto attack the minion wave. He had a window.
He had multiple
You
windows.
just felt a small breeze coming through the window and then close.
But there were so many of those windows, but didn't really find them. Went for the level 7 power spike, and was maxing E as well, so actually not going to pick up the win on this one.
Yeah, the E was the most confusing part for me. I just feel that W, the lower you fall in health, the activation is so good there. might be able to chunk him out a little bit further, but it just wasn't to be. And really, credit to White Lotus. This is the CS advantage that I'm talking about. If you build it up early, then it's so much pressure on the other person to all-in you and try and win.
Yeah, I mean, even in this matchup, though, like, Fizz, he was never going to win on farm. It's all about getting for that all-in. So I feel like the pressure was off in that sense, but yeah, I mean, agree. Like, there is a timer on the game regardless. Next game, however, it will be Siêu versus Holy Phoenix. This is going to be a hype one.
This is pretty good. Holy Phoenix, to me, is one of the better mechanical players of this tournament. He has shown it time and time again, and I feel like he's one of the favorites to take it all.
Yeah, I certainly agree, especially because his preference of Misfortune just makes him really scary, because she just harasses on the minion leave better than probably anyone at the moment, and one of the champions you can't really take a melee into, which is one of my tactics on this map. Siêu, on the other hand, has shown that he has legitimate assassination potential. Maybe not in the early game, but we'll see whether he can pull something out.
Yeah, we literally saw in the game, the 5v5 that we casted, the amount of damage that comes from that double up, and there's so many opportunities to get it off on the back line of minions. It makes it so difficult to go for a ranged champion as well, because you'll always be opening yourself up to that double up. But Nunu band out from Holy Phoenix does not want to be dealing with Carbon's cheese. May have just filtered over to Siêu. Kindred have been expanded. Yorick as well. Holy Phoenix does not like cheese.
Yorick's actually really bad on this map just because of the CS.
Yep.
I also tried this
me.
one out, and Yamato was just like, thank you for 3 CS every single rotation.
And I remember specifically I played Bard, because I think Bard is great here.
Yeah.
Bard is so good on this map. It might sound a bit troll, but you can make your own relics. You can use your E to get back to lane very quickly. Your ultimate is strange. It can, it can make things happen.
I mean, you
I
can
can't imagine a scenario where it's good.
No, it's
You
like
turret
an
dive.
Overracker, man. Yeah, that's true. Go all in. Kindred,
Bard OP.
Caitlyn, Bard OP. I actually was expecting some of the support players to pick up Bard, honestly. Caitlyn, another ban out. Pantheon as well. Holy Phoenix, very specific with these bans. Urgot would be the final one. That would be dirty.
I've got one last piece of cheese, and it is Alistar. I think that Alistar could also be good on this map. Just
Do you take
because
Flash?
Headbutt Pulverize, and then just slap people down.
Do you take Flash for the Flash Pulverize? Or
No
do you
way.
just...
No, just Exhaust Ignite, Headbutt Pulverize,
Alright.
go in level 2. He's got really high base values, really high HP.
I would challenge you as well for a 1v1 on that, but I feel like I've been giving out too many challenges already.
Yeah, and the other thing is, right, you can't throw a gauntlet down to, like, you're much higher ranked than me.
Thank you. You just admitted that I'm better than you. Thank you, Spawn.
No worries, mate, anytime.
I don't really know what's going on next to me right now, but anyway, Twitch has been locked in alongside the Draven once again for Holy Phoenix. Going to see another AD carry bring that one to the table. Twitch is a new one though. We have not seen Twitch. I'm going to have to think about this one for a second.
I think it's the expunge damage. He does a lot of damage. It's similar to like Callista. Like you just keep throwing spears into people and you get that surprise execute potentially. Also has an attack speed steroid at level 2 and the stealth. So maybe you like pretend you're back, you go in, get an attack speed steroid.
Gank Draven. I'm trying to, just the same as you guys, try to make sense of this Twitch pick. To me, it makes very little sense. Sure, the level 2 all-in is good.
Lowest base HP of an AD carry in the game apart from Kindred, I believe.
Yep.
Not great attack range. Really slow attack speed.
And then you compare it to Callista. Even though I've been complaining about Callista, she's still a better version of what Twitch will want to do in this map.
Yeah, it feels like Kindred is the best at that, and then it goes Callista, and then it goes Twitch.
Yep.
So that's it. This is a tier 3 champion that we're seeing right now.
Yeah, I have to agree, but again, like after seeing the Gangplank, I have to
Stick
think
to your
about
guns, mate.
everything.
Well, that was your statistic anomaly.
Okay, but yeah, Twitch, he must know something that we don't. He has to.
Well, I know he only has
He hasn't taken the
600.
trinket. Okay, okay, this is a bad pick. He hasn't taken the trinket.
Oh, no. He's got less armor, less HP,
Oh wait,
less everything.
maybe he's just waiting to see what trinket Holy Phoenix picks up and then go for the sweeper.
Get the extra CS. Oh, he's going for the level 1.
I think the stealth was too early. Okay, that
certainly
was
was.
okay timed. Holy Phoenix goes into the rush, doesn't have vision over Sarah just yet. There comes the ward, now he knows where he is. And I think Twitch's game plan's out the window.
He's going back to base.
Does he have a plan B? That is the question. Find out next.
He's taking the long walk as well.
Can he? Well, you can't hit
like, I
B
got
on this
time.
match. Can you? You can't hit B.
Pretty sure you can recon on this version.
Can you?
Yeah. Like on the era map you can, but on this one,
We literally saw everyone recall in the last, like, all 1v1s we've
That is
casted.
actually true. It has been a long day. Quite you.
it's been a long day indeed.
And he goes again.
Stuffing up. Again, I think it's too soon.
Well, he thought he was in the brush.
Oh.
Attack speed steroid to push wave level 1. Yamato, tick. This is your strategy.
But Holy Phoenix is already winning the push war.
Oh, don't put my name on this Twitch. Don't you dare.
Yeah, all right. Well, Holy Phoenix, he's just absolutely smashed the level 1 trade.
Yep, he just needs this minion and one more. He'll hit the level 2. The stuff comes out. Seiya's going to start trading, and I'm going to say this is not really working out.
No, actually, he won it.
Yeah, he
was
cancelled one auto as well, so he probably would have won if he didn't cancel the auto.
He's got, like, faith restored. Seiya, level 2, all in. It's going to happen.
Yeah, Twitch is going to win this game, boys. I believe. But level 2 picked up by Holy Phoenix.
All right.
Seiya now under his tower.
Go back, stealth past the minions, just ignore them.
Yeah, he just goes back out of range of the minions, stealths up, goes underneath Holy Phoenix.
Submarine him. Here we go.
Yeah, he's doing just that.
It's too soon.
Too far away.
Holy Phoenix read it though. That was a little telegraphed.
A little. He literally walked backwards
That
underneath
was
his turret.
very telegraphed.
I think anything is telegraphed on this map. You see your enemy all the time.
It's true, but now the warders run out for Holy Phoenix in the bush, so there is a small opportunity for Seiya.
He gets a
Be
range
so
advantage at level 6. That's his next window, maybe.
That's his next window. Then again, at the Infinity Edge, I don't. But Seiya, he's not going to win CS war. There's actually a lot of damage coming out. I guess there's one ability, yeah, one in every single ability. The exhaust comes down, so the ignite. This is so much damage from Holy Phoenix, but takes a tower shot. Now going into stealth, Seiya, he might just go all in. As long as he gets into the bush and cuts vision, he should be okay, and Holy Phoenix backs off.
He just got double summoner spells.
Yeah.
This is so good. Twitch to rule them all. Massive misplay from Holy Phoenix though. Burns his summoners, tries to tower dive. Not the right decision.
Seiya now pushing up, a little bit more confident, but Holy Phoenix's normal autos will just do more damage as long as Seiya doesn't get the ambush attack speed. Also going into the expunge as well for the extra damage, like we were thinking in Champion Select, like the Callista. But going for the trade once again,
Exhaust,
remember the
He
exhaust,
wins.
ignite,
He wins.
coming in, looking to
He
cut the
wins.
vision. Holy Phoenix jumping after. No way did that just happen. Seiya brings home the win with the Twitch.
The rat brings the bat and takes it home. That's a home run. Beautiful.
What was that about sticking to my guns there, Spawn?
Yeah, just stick to your guns. We knew something that he did it. Twitch is bad, but Holy Phoenix just completely misplayed.
Oh my goodness. That tower dive to take the turret shot and to burn your summoners. And then once again to pile into this all-in to the
Got into
telegraph.
his head, man. That was the Twitch pick. It's just like the opponent can't comprehend why it's good, and they just dive you.
The reason they can't comprehend it because it's not. But you know, let's take a rehash at that. Seiya, very calm under pressure.
Yep.
Even with a HP and CS discrepancy, he didn't go for the all-in. He waited for them to come to him and was able to win the 1v1.
It's like, to Seiya's credit, I think he played the matchup the best way I could possibly imagine it. But on the other side, Holy Phoenix, oh.
Yeah, there were a couple misplays in that one. Only a couple. But yeah, a win's a win.
Well,
So,
when a match only goes for 3 minutes 23, a couple of misplays are quite a lot.
that's true, Spawn.
The question I have now, Seiya, is he going to have confidence now to pick Twitch again? Hopefully not.
Maybe. We're about to find out because we're going to throw it on stage with an interview with Seiya.
Thank you very much, Pulse. I am here with Seiya, and I'm as confused as everybody else. Seiya, why Twitch?
I don't know. I wanted to level 1 all in, like surprise him, but it didn't work. So I was like, yeah, I lost. this is completely lost. But I don't know. He used the summoner spells and he didn't kill me. So I was like, yeah, I have like 3 minutes or something to actually turn this around. And yeah, it kind of worked out. He kind of messed up, and yeah, I just won.
Yeah, damn right you did. And what kind of masteries did you pick up? Because I was thinking about Twitch, and I'm like, Deathfire Touch? Is that something that would work with the poison? What did you go for there to try and win this 1v1?
That probably would have worked, but I went with Fervor. I think that was like standard, and it will probably work. And yeah, I wanted to level 1 all-in again, and that was probably the best mastery I could have get.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, congratulations, and good luck in the next match as well. We are going to throw it back to the casters, though, to continue the 1v1 action.
Cheers, Atlas. And yeah, I'm glad that our thoughts were echoed. After the level 1, he was just like, I've lost.
I figured it out. He wanted some cheats. So he picked a rat.
Oh my goodness.
Actually groans from the crowd. Thank you, guys.
I'm so happy with that.
We're not. But anyway, next game. So Falcon will be on the blue side. G4 as well. This will be an interesting one. Falcon has been doing so well in the top lane, but G4 is a big threat in the mid lane.
Yeah, he certainly is, and he has something to prove here because, of course, GPL did go to Worlds with a victory over Turkey and Oceania and Japan. So we'll see whether he can continue that winning form.
I still want someone to bust out the Z. Z is
That's your man, then.
Z is the champion that has been changed so much in the patch they're playing on, 5-2-3, and I feel like Z is the pick for G4.
All right. Actually using a lot of this time to think about what he wants to ban. It's going to be Nunu once again. I wonder if this was started by Carbon, because if I had seen that and I was in this tournament, I wouldn't want to play against Nunu ever.
I want to see a Twitch ban right now. Just to remove all the cheese.
Well, Yarick will be the next ban coming in from the G4. I don't feel like the Twitch will ever work again. Because the power spike is literally at level 1, and once you lose that, you're done.
Well, apparently not.
Yeah, but you have to wait for the misplay from your opponent. You can't rely on that happening. But Pantheon will be the next ban coming in from Falcon. What are we wanting these players to play? Zed coming in from Yamato. Spawn, any preferences?
Yeah, I want to see something like a Rengar or a Lee Sin out of G4. I just feel like this guy has the mechanics to hold it down and be able to take it to a range carry. And melees generally have better base stats because of the disadvantage they're placed in.
It's like at this point, I just want to see something else than 80 carries. All the matchups with, for example, Gangplank or the Nami, they've been so fun to watch.
I want to also see Snowball Garen. That is one that I honestly think would be okay. Snowball exhaust, get in there, spin on someone.
And you have very clear power spikes. It's just like you jump on them immediately as you have the spin or level 6.
Yep.
And if that didn't work, FF. Or Riven. I would love a Riven. We haven't seen a Riven yet, have we?
Yeah, and that would be really smart out of Tholdren because he's a top lane player. Riven, very good in 1v1. If he goes range, he can max the E and just try and farm up to level 6. If he goes melee, he goes Q, just wins it like Riven wins every other melee.
And it's locked in.
For sure, I like it. Like the common saying about Riven is that Riven is good if you're good at it. Tholdren as a top lane, as you say, super good. But on the other side, we have Kalista. She's gonna keep jumping backwards as the Riven tries to approach the Kalista.
Yeah, I feel almost in this matchup you may even want Flash as Riven. Do you really need the exhaust? Because it's not going to help you slow your target down because he's going to continue hopping away.
Well, the thing is that exhaust does some good things in reducing stuff like Ren damage, so he might be able to bait a fight out. And a really good Riven can get on top of almost any champion anyway. The animation cancelling of the E with the Q is really deceptive.
To be fair though, speaking of the exhaust, it reduces 80 carries or anyone's attack speed, and the attack speed affects Kalista's speed of jumps, so that is very important for the exhaust.
Didn't even think of that angle. So yeah, actually going to be sticking with those summoners. Falcon, how good are you at Riven? We're about to find out. Because
Well, he's hovered it a couple of times in the actual tournament itself, if I remember correctly, so he must be.
There are no teammates to stop him in this one.
Well, we'll see if he is indeed that toxic Riven from solo queue that we all know and love. But meanwhile, G4 is sitting on Kalista.
That's pastry time, by the way. Did you know that? Pastry time is a Riven, man.
Oh yeah, he told me. We bonded over that because we are both filthy Riven mains.
Welcome.
It's your one as well?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Does that just change your opinion of me, Yamato?
Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, Falcon pushing up. They're going to see each other. Ward comes down. And doesn't get the ward. Okay, so no advantage. G4's going to laugh it off. Falcon actually does break vision just so he can laugh with G4. I like the play. Gone for the triple pots as well, so could see an early all-in from Falcon if he gets in range for the Qs.
I love the Poro Fiesta that happens whenever someone loses. I would love to have Poro, like a Poro as a pet. I would take him to the vet. I would hug him if he was upset. Poem by Jacob Mepti. Copyright.
I wasn't expecting that, I've got to be honest.
Neither was I.
Alright, Falcon. Let's go the E first. Okay, so he's literally just trying to survive the first level. And he's going to go for the minions. He's gone for Fervor of Battle, by the way, so he's going to try and keep this stacked up, so maybe look for that level 2 all-in. EQ, animation cancel, get on top of G4.
Yeah, so Fervor's actually really good on Riven. This is what I take in the top lane as well, because as you slice through a minion wave, you get a lot out of it. Then you can just start your all-in relatively early, and you want to be weaving those auto attacks anyway, so should do Tholdren a heck of a lot of good. Another thing about Riven that people underestimate is that ult gives you attack range. So it won't be as hard to get on top of Kalista as you may think.
Yeah, it takes you to 200, which is a lot of attack range.
I think we're going to see a similar scenario with the melee champion gets pushed in, gets that moment at level 6. He's going to be behind in CS. And then the question is he going to take the window of opportunity or not?
Well, if I know anything about Riven, it's that I'm going to bully her for the first 2 levels. She's going to get to level 6. She's going to kill me once, and I'm never going to be able to go into that lane again.
That's true, and in this game, the game just ends. So WildCard definitely has the upper hand in this matchup. But level 3, ooh, that Pierce, that minion. Actually surprised that connected. Hashtag hitboxes. G4, we're pushing in this wave. I really don't think, ooh, G4 actually gets the health relic.
And Tholdrum was full health. I don't even understand why he tried to fight for that one.
No. But just pushing these minions. Once at level 3, probably waits for this minion wave to resolve.
He's been playing way too much Ultimate Bravery with the mana. He saw his bar, has no mana.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, once this minion wave dies, it should be level 4. Probably the next time we'll see WildCard go in is level 5, level 6, I'm thinking.
Yeah, I would just assume that you try and stop G4 from backing until level 6. So, you know, treat him mean, keep him keen, see if you can make him stick around in that lane. He's actually missed a creep of experience somewhere, by the way.
WildCard's setting up, though. He just used 2 charges of Broken Wings, actually uses the last one defensively. Of course, the best way, if you're going for an all-in, is to set up the first 2 Qs, space them out, so your cooldown actually starts the first time you use Qs. So he's going to jump in here using the key strike, and we'll back off. Keeper, sorry. And WildCard, the damage from the Pierce and the Rend. Big from G4.
It's like thinking of Kalista. I've complained about Kalista for some reasons. I think she's fine in the 1v1, but then again, she has 2 abilities that do nothing. With that in mind, I really feel like we talked about the Fizz and the all-in before. I think in this one, it's much more likely.
But Tholdrum really needs to back now because he is on absolutely no health. And he can't afford to miss any more experience.
Yeah, it's so vital. We didn't even mention that Grass of the Undying has actually been picked up by G4, I believe, so it's making these auto attack trades very, very difficult. WildCard will go back to base. G4, oh, okay. So we'll interrupt the recall. I actually don't think that was worth, really. Like, WildCard had to recall further back if he wanted the recall to come off.
I don't think he wanted the recall.
Yeah, but what he wanted was G4 to take the tower shot.
Yeah,
but
like that.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, G4.
Because honestly, if he can stick around now, G4's still in kill range if the ultimate goes off. And he took another turret shot.
Yeah, actually, if WildCard had gone in, I think that may have been the kill with the Ignite.
I love this top lane trick that he's using even in the 1v1. This is very common to see in top lane as well, where the enemy has to make a decision if he pushes or not. If you base...
Oh, they're going.
Here comes the all-in. The exhaust and the Ignite. G4 dropping low, but it's actually going to be G4 coming out on top with the Rend. That was over very quickly.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they hit level 6 after that kill, so you have to think that Tholdrum was relatively close. Gets a little bit impatient, doesn't wait for it, and made pay.
Yeah, paid a lot. Actually paid with the loss. And honestly, he was so close to level 6. Could have just waited it out, but he saw that small opportunity from G4. But yeah, obviously just the wrong decision.
And I also love this tactic. You know, you were talking about the fake back, the take 2 turret shots tactic.
Yeah.
Then they forced a fire.
It's all about the mind games. That's why the Twitch worked out. That's why some funky shit has been working out in this tournament overall. Yeah, mind games.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. These last 2v2s, or these last 1v1s, man, it's just thrown my brain for a loop. I didn't even understand what's going on. Literally, mind games have won these last 2 games.
Yeah, it certainly has been, and still seems like mid laners are the people to beat in this tournament. G4, we always thought he was going to do well with maybe like someone like Naru and Kami coming through. So hopefully this guy can continue to perform.
And by the way, that was the last Turkish player eliminated from the bracket as well. So you may win the 5v5 tournament, but you're not winning the 1v1. Meanwhile, Oceania looking pretty good.
As
Actually,
said,
upside down.
False sense of security.
Apparently. So G4, actually still can't believe he won that game, actually. Like, still didn't go back.
Like, I'm assuming the Turkish players, all they want now is the CIS region players to lose.
Just so they're in the same boat.
Because these points matter. Even though we're joking and we see some Crown Fiesta picks, this is very, very important.
That's actually very true. A lot of points if you take first place. But I believe we do have Archie up next, if I'm not mistaken. The king of cheese himself brought out the GP, which actually I think is pretty legit in 5v5 as well, with the Grasp and dying in the laning phase.
Yeah, it certainly is. We've seen it in mid lane replicated by Choo-Choos, I believe, from the Oceanic region in today's game. We'll see whether Archie is able to take down his teammate in Optimus, as you see him on your screen now.
I wonder how much they practice together before this tournament. Whether they practiced against each other or just like practice against other people. Because, like, are they just going to like forfeit the game and be like, I know you're the best representative for our team?
Oh, that's true. And the other thing is, or do they mind game each other? Like, there was an Oceanic player that played Tamkench top so much in solo queue before the finals. And then, like, the other team picked it every single time. And he just had the AD Fizz to counter it.
It's all mind games.
It's all mind games, man.
How do you calculate mind games? That's the beauty of it.
Who knows? Atrox, first ban. That's a funky one. Caitlyn, Blitzcrank, and Callista. Akali, what's going on? AB. I don't think Optimus is even banning against Archie. This is literally just all confidence and immediately hovers the Cassiopeia. This is the fastest pick and bans we've had yet.
Have they coordinated something special here?
I feel like maybe. I mean, they just went too fast. Draven will be the last ban coming in from Archie. Hovering over the Annie, locks it in, and just waiting for Optimus.
Well, honestly, Archie's bans make a lot of sense. So all AD carries against an AD carry player, they're generally the AD carries that are hardest to get on top of as well. And goes with Annie. I think this will be AD Annie. She has a really good stun. You can auto-attack quite well from range.
I'm just trying to see if there's some encrypted message. ABA. Nothing. The bans make zero sense.
Kukuta is the other one. I don't really see it.
We've got Cassiopeia versus Annie. What do you think, guys?
I think Cassio is actually really strong at level 2. I think that the all-in from Cassio is very good. I wonder how Optimus plays it, though. Ari's mechanics on point, because we know really good AD carry. Great Callisto, if memory serves correctly, but Cassiopeia, you need to be able to hit those skill shots, otherwise you're not going to get any poison down.
Something that I assumed he would pick in this particular scenario was the Kindred. I feel like it fits his color scheme. He's been playing AD carries. He played the Caitlyn to destroy the Leona. And I thought he would pick
To destroy
the Kindred.
Leona.
Yeah. Smash the Leona.
I honestly, Rusty, if you're out there, buddy, please beat this guy.
Please. Even though you're from Europe, my friend, you're going down. You have to. You have to lose for all the Leona
You
AP
have
mid lanes
honestly
out there.
turned Rusty into the people's champ.
Yeah.
I know. I'm the bad guy that the people need.
You are the you're the Ivan Drago of IWCA.
Yeah, actually the villain. Anyway, back onto this game, guys. Optimus and Archie. I feel like Cassiopeia has a slight upper hand here. Archie, does he even go for the E? Last time we saw Annie, we didn't see the E being skilled at all until very later on. So he couldn't even do the Annie trick where you get the guaranteed stun with Q.
Something that is interesting, I thought Optimus would opt in for the Corrupting Potion. Synergizes really well with the Cassiopeia poison, makes her very potent.
Archie's honestly happy to trade level 1 as well. Annie's Q is on a relatively short cooldown, does a lot of damage. So you can see he gets immediate brush control. Optimus forced to back away.
Also the fact, the big issue for Cassiopeia is the fact that she got a big nerf on her mana costs. Her mana cost doesn't really, it kind of holds her back from going all in, as people have experienced a lot where the Cassiopeia hits one Q and kind of chases you down the lane and it kind of sucks. That has been nerfed.
Archie, starting off the minion wave, how are we looking? So, not many Qs have been landing from Optimus so far.
And you're completely right about the nerf affecting it, because he's already at like half mana. There's no way you can go for an all-in at level 2 now.
They use Batman. And Archie is also the one pushing. That is very important. Gonna reach level 2 after this minion. Maybe we'll see the all-in.
He's already got the stun charged up, got the level 2, hasn't skilled anything just yet. Is that Further of Battle on Ali? It is.
Has to be. This must be an AD.
Yeah, it's AD, and it has to be with Further of Battle and all that AD. 62 AD at level 2, gets the stun off, gets the auto, carries on farming his minions. Definitely has the advantage in lane so far. I actually think most of it is just from the fact that Optimus hasn't been landing the Qs, hasn't been making the mana investment worth it.
Very interesting to see Archie's mastery choice as well. He didn't opt in for the lifesteal and the spell vamp. He went for the AP and the AD, which just means he wants to all in at some point. Doesn't care about sustenance and just wants to push.
Yeah, maybe. But even Natural Talent doesn't give you all that much AD and AP. Like, your Power Spike is basically level 18 if you want to make the most out of that mastery. Miasma goes down. Archie's going to pick up that one. Gets the stun as well. Doesn't get the auto. But Optimus he's getting bodied right now by Archie.
He certainly is, and Archie actually could have grabbed that creep wave, froze it, and Optimus would have had no choice but to recall.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Archie still pushing this wave. Optimus pretty much just going on the defensive now, trying to land these Qs where he can and trying to pick up the scraps and the minions. But with Archie with such a big CS advantage, he's not going to win there if this goes even for the rest of the game. So Optimus looking for a power spike, I guess, maybe looking for some gold. Most likely go back to base before he looks for an aggressive play.
Something that I have to question as well is the summoner choice of Optimus. What is he planning to do with this flash? It just prevents him from being the aggressor. Sure, he can flash after, but it is very hard to win an all-in at all if the enemy has Ignite and the exhaust.
Yeah, maybe if he can dodge Tibbers, he just pulls his godlike play. Maybe he's just sandbagging right now, missing Qs on purpose, so he pulls off this incredible play where he dodges Tibbers with the flash, maybe.
Well, to his credit, he's actually chunked Archie out fairly significantly, so if he can push this in, we'll be able to equalize CS, go back, at least have an experience advantage. So Optimus, you know, he was definitely losing at the start of the game, but Archie has just given away a lot of his advantage.
And just to dwell a bit more about the flash, Archie, he just presses tab, sees the flash, and all he needs to do is just press Q before he rushes in to press the R.
But the one thing you don't want to do is let Optimus get level 6, get a shop in, have to rush into him because you don't have the flash, tank up that Petrifying Gaze. And you can see Optimus, after a very slow start, has actually pegged this one back really nicely.
Yeah, he's picking up a lot of the speed. Still has a Biscuit available to him, has the ward as well. Will now go back with all of those minions. Actually slightly ahead. Archie's going to find it very difficult to farm these minions. Yes, he has Q, but actually the rate at which the tower deals damage to minions is actually very annoying. However, on the caster creeps, it is just one auto, especially as AD Annie, he'll get all of these.
He won't get the last one, I don't think. The creeps will chunk it out a little bit too
Might get
quickly.
it with Q. Nope.
So,
You're right on that one.
Optimus does have the CS advantage right now if he can walk back into lane and grab all of this. He's also got the makings of a tier, which is unique.
That is very true. If he stacks it up, he wins, but the game is already over, I guess.
If he reaches 750 stacks, I'll be very surprised.
I mean, my tiers will be fully stacked if that happens.
But he would just opt in for the magic resistance straight up, because the sustained damage battle, he's going to win that, but the burst, he just needs to survive that.
No, it really does. Archie taking a lot of damage here, actually just chilling out in the Miasma. Probably not the best life choice if you want to be living. Archie still has that minion wave behind him though. Optimus did just get the passive leveled up though.
And both of them are so close to level 6. There's Archie's.
Yeah, immediately on the aggression, Optimus playing it smart, playing back. Remember, with the fact that Annie does not have flash, which is the major engage tool on Summoner's Rift, actually very difficult to get in range of Optimus, who will just clear the minion waves out from range.
Yeah, and Archie once again is going back. Optimus going to clean up all the CS one more time and reassert that advantage. And I honestly don't know how Archie gets in range for this. If he does, he's going to take up the full combo.
It's also the fact that something about Annie is also, like, as we talked about the Fizz, her damage is very predictable. Sure, the Tibbers comes down, but you can immediately counter that with an exhaust. After the Annie runs out of kind of gasoline, she just doesn't do much at all.
Optimus is looking for it right now. He wants it.
There's the Tibbers coming in, the exhaust comes out from Optimus, still has the flash, remember, has the Twin Fangs, gets the Petrifying Gaze, but not the stun. Optimus still taking a bunch of punishment. Tibbers is wailing on him,
Optimus
even underneath this tower. And yeah, I believe that was the kill, but he decides to back off.
And now Archie can go back, grab that health relic. Optimus, Archie still has exhaust. Maybe that's what he was waiting for. He didn't want to get baited into an overchase.
Optimus failed to get any value out of his flash. If he wants to win an all-in like this, he needs to flash something valuable, preferably a Tibbers.
Yeah, I mean, it literally has to be Tibbers, but there's a long time until Tibbers is back up, so there's nothing else really to dodge unless you can dodge the W, which hasn't even been skilled by Archie, as he's just looking for the auto attacks and the trades with Molten Shield. Comes back in, lands a Q, he's back out. And Archie actually taking a bunch of damage, turned away by the Miasma. Optimus just needs one more piece of damage. Doesn't land it. The flash comes out. It's not in range for the auto. Not in range for the E.
Do they stick around? Archie is backing. Does Optimus chase in?
Optimus has cookies.
He does.
He does. Something that I just noticed, Archie hasn't skilled up his W.
Can confirm.
Is that because of the flash? Or
maybe he's just not competent in skill shots. I mean, he leveled up Tibbers. I'm really sure. I don't
I
understand
would
it.
be very surprised if he just went full Kalista and no points in ult.
Yeah, I mean, I understand even less because last time we saw the Annie spawn, he did put any points into the E, and it was just like, kind of don't like this, but this makes even less sense.
Yeah, it certainly does not make any sense at all, especially because you want to be cycling through as many stuns as you possibly can in a trade. Optimus, however, goes back, grabs himself a Giant's Belt. He is now a very tanky Cassiopeia.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like Archie would be expecting that for a tank Cassiopeia to just wander into lane, but that's what we have. There is a snake in the brush right now. Archie going
Ultimate
up,
available.
Miasma comes out. It's going to land the Twin Fang, and now Archie is getting absolutely decimated by Optimus.
I like that Optimus is, simply because of this tank build, we see that he doesn't really dish out a lot of damage. As long as he avoids the all-in, baits in the all-in, just goes for the sustain game, pushes in the wave, and it's fine. He has the CS lit to kind of convey that message.
Yeah, he's completely dominating in CS right now.
Both ultimates are up and one has just been used. Tibbers goes down onto Optimus, but Archie just didn't deal much damage at all to Optimus. There goes the Petrifying Gaze. Now the Twin Fangs come out, but the damage over time from Tibbers is actually quite big, and the tower finally finishes off Tibbers. Both, again, going down to very low HP, but both survive.
Certainly doing. The farm game will just continue right now for Optimus. He's still going to be able to get a 7 CS advantage. We'll now return to lane, to base, sorry.
He's gone for tier.
This is bizarro.
Why? Like, you can literally go for Chalice, you can go for something else, you could even go for more damage. Optimus isn't even running really that dry on mana alone with the Fairy Charm, so I don't understand.
I was thinking Catalyst, to just combine the Giant's Bell and the mana crystal that he bought just to justify it, but instead he went for the tier.
I mean, this isn't how it works. You don't just win this game and go into the next game with the same items, so you can carry on stacking. Like, maybe Optimus is just confused with the rule set? I'm not entirely sure.
But the one thing he does have going in his favor right now is he will win the war of attrition. He is so much tankier. He's having a much easier time farming up than what the Annie is. Unless Annie can get the next all-in to work, Archie's in a lot of trouble.
But Optimus is so tanky just with that Giant Spell. We saw last time, literally Archie jumped in with a Tibbers and it just wasn't enough damage. Like, he just didn't have enough. Remember, because he's mostly AD and now swapping to the AP is kind of like a hybrid Annie. And it's just, he just simply doesn't have that much damage in straight up burst. It's a little bit of sustain, and you're fighting the Queen's sustain in Cassiopeia.
And it's like, just to, like, I'm trying to remind myself, Archie was in a very dominant position in the start.
Yes.
But now all these strange things are starting to appear. Like this cocktail of items he has got going on. The Kindle Gem, sure, it's cooldown reduction, but then again, the CDR is very inefficient because you don't have a point in W, man.
It's true.
Here we go.
Oh, Optimus,
No.
he has ultimate, so does Archie. Both summoners are up for Archie. Optimus still missing his flash, which is a big deal. Much longer cooldown, actually, than both the Ignite and Exhaust. And we are rapidly approaching 100 TS. This could be the win condition coming in from Optimus. Miasma comes down, once again splitting up Archie. Archie, he only has one way, and that's forwards into Optimus.
But he has nothing. There is no way he can get in range. Blind Tibbers into the brush. That's your chance, Optimus, because otherwise you lose in the next 2 waves.
He's looking for it.
Hesitation.
There he goes.
There he goes, but it's just not a lot of damage. Turns around, there's the Exhaust. Exhaust back onto Optimus as he's getting sustained damage out. Tibbers chasing down Optimus. The AoE damage once again chunking him out. Archie still has his Ignite, but he did get the better of that trade.
I just find this, like, the situation is just so hilarious because none of them have the damage to kill each other.
He needs to get the turret right now.
They can't kill each other.
Turret Archie.
Come on, Tibbers. Wow, that's not a lot of damage. Turns out, Hybrid Annie not good at pushing turrets.
He needed to stick around. He needed to pick up an extra wave of minions.
He had to even it up.
Yeah.
So
he's not going to have time for another ultimate.
And Optimus is back in time for the minion wave because it wasn't shoved all the way to turret. So those Casa minions are going to survive. He's going to pick these up. He's now up to 92. This will be 95 by the time this minion wave resolves over to Optimus. Only needs 5 of the next 6 minions. Archie has to go for this all-in. Doesn't have Tibbers. Doesn't have Exhaust.
Has Ignite.
Doesn't even have a completed item.
And bought a blasting one.
Bought a
to mix
blasting
his
one.
cocktail.
He's gonna. He's gonna.
At
he
least
has to go
Optimus
in.
has a plan, you know. He's building tank, he can't die, has
He's going
to see
for
his
the late game with the
advantage.
tier.
For sure.
6 minions. And now Optimus is winning this 1v1 as well. Archie has to go in. He has to do something about this. He's going to trade a Q, but Optimus He's so close just to winning on these minions.
He's got 4 left. Archie has stalled enough that he will have his ultimate available, I believe,
Yep.
if he wants to all-in one more time.
But
Here we
he's
go,
so low.
Archie. This is your only chance.
Being zoned away by the miasma. He needs
Flash
to go
is
in,
back
but
available.
he can't quite get in range. 3 minions remaining. Make that 2, Archie.
Oh!
There comes the flash.
Oh,
Then the value.
Oh!
You guys doubted, but that's why the flash is strong. Flashing for those minions.
He couldn't bring himself to kill his top laner. That's why he went with the tank build. He didn't want to have to shed any blood.
Maybe this was a strategy, just to try to
pacifist
get
game.
as much publicity out of the 2 players as possible, just to extend the game.
A wise
Bam.
man once said, best offense is a solid defense, Yamato. And we saw that come out of Optimus in this game.
We sure did. Megatron cloak.
I definitely
tank
think it was the
Cassiopeia.
correct plan. Why not? He had a CS lead. Eventually, Archie, he had this massive lead that just disappeared. He didn't skill up W, and when I saw this trade that was going on, I didn't understand why Annie wasn't doing damage. Checked it out. W was not skilled.
Yeah, I never thought I would see the day where Cassiopeia Annie would be a wet noodle fight.
Yeah, it certainly was. And you know, there was even more bizarre things. Like Archie started with this weird hybrid build and then never picked up a Doran's blade. There were so many times in those auto attack trades that it just would have gone so far.
Yeah, very, very confusing. But either way, a win's a win. That will be going over to Optimus with the flash for the last 2 minions. And I believe it's almost time for you to meet your opponent, Yamato.
I am ready.
You are ready. Okay. I wonder how ready Rusty's feeling.
I'm sure he's very confident. You know, if I know Rusty at all, he will be excited to get into the 1v1 versus Yamato. Trash talk only fuels that man on. And if there's something Yamato can do, it is trash talk very well.
I'm not doing this for myself. I'm doing it for the people.
For the people?
For the people.
Playing Caitlyn?
For the people of Europe. And for the Caitlyn players. Because Leona is supposed to be a support and nothing else.
Dude, Caitlyn is like the new Shaka. We have to hate just like all Caitlyn players now. Like, that's not okay. Anyway, we have another couple.
Talking about supports.
1v1s coming back. And talking about supports, Saros versus Loop. Saros definitely not a support, but Loop is in the loop. He's going to be banning out the Zillion up against Saros. Maybe just banning out all the signature champions. Urgot will be banned up against Loop. I would like to see a Bard. That's what I want.
That's what I was going to mention. Bard. We'll see if we can get Brad onto the Snowdown Showdown.
Brad?
That's what we call Bard.
Let's rearrange some letters. It's the same with like Olaf. You rearrange the first
Just put-
couple, you get Loaf.
Well, the 1v1 map is basically a fight club. So Brad is perfect for it. Bam! Just to expand.
Very nice. I actually like that. I got the reference and everything.
Knowledge. Anyway, Urgot, Varus, and Kindred will be the next couple bans. Still open is Nunu. I couldn't tell if that was a freeze frame or Loop was just stuck like that. Caitlyn is the final ban coming out from Loop. And what will it be from Saros?
Gangplank is available. We've already seen it work once. It was Archie
Gangplank.
that pulled it out.
It's Fortune. So many good 1v1
Saros
picks.
played
Kevin,
Varus last
Lulu.
time. That has
Draven.
been banned.
Draven.
Well, we know the counter is Draven now. That's Twitch. So, and Draven's banned away. So there you go. Callista instantly locked in from Loop, and Cassiopeia as well. Okay, taking a page out of Optimus's book here.
So this is gonna be such a high mechanical showdown because you have the loopity-loops, I mean the hoppity-hops on the Callista, and then you have the Cassiopeia that needs to land her poison. So this is gonna be raw.
I still really wish someone would play Xin Zhao into all these AD carries. I
too,
just
Spawn.
don't understand what is going on, guys.
No.
I want Michael Jarvan because like at level 1 you have the Q, you have the passive that works with the minions perfectly, you can Q the enemy and then just push for the all-in. Michael Jarvan for the dunk.
Jarmander himself. I really just want to see one of these all-in champions, like you mentioned, the Xin Zhao, the Jarvan, all
Maokai.
these strong top
What
lane
about
Maokai.
AD Maokai? I was going to run this
Yeah.
past you.
80 Maokai.
You Q the wave, then you take W, and then you just go in and punch him in the head with your fist.
I can see it work. Sounds like a scary movie, like a tree coming at you, like the revenge of the trees. You guys have been writing on paper for so long, now we fight back.
And honestly, that would work into either of these picks.
The Maokai?
Yeah, the Maokai.
I would have to try it out.
You're not allowed to. You have to play Caitlyn. Sorry, mate.
A little sad. I actually really want to see that Maokai now. But Saros on this Cassiopeia once again. Callista will be the pickup from Loop. And once again, the Duran's Ring and Duran's Blade. So nothing out of the ordinary here. Both of our heroes have picked up a trinket each. Saros is the first one to the bush, zones Loop away. with Q with the Noxious Blast.
And once again, has
go
a
down.
flash. So we'll see whether Seros is able to make the flash work, just as Optimus did, to dodge a couple of spells and get some CS.
And the exhaust as well. I guess
Ran-
they were sharing notes.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Or you can flash the Callista Q. That's something. Trying to justify it here.
That's true. There's only one Skull Shot in Loop's kit that he can use.
I want Loop to BM, just take W and send a Sentinel out. There you go. Have some CS.
Like, there is a small window where that might actually be okay, like if you don't have a ward and you shove it into the bush, but the damage you get from both Q and E is just too much.
To be fair, the Sentinel is another mind game. It screams in your face when it approaches you. It always freaks me out.
Well, Saros getting a lot of damage out here, but so is Loop is actually starting to get the Rend stacks out. There comes the Ignite. Loop going for the all-in. The exhaust coming down as well.
Oh, he
Flashes
took a
back and
turret shot.
takes the turret shot. Saros already used his flash defensively, though.
But he has double potions running right now versus a 1 of Loop, and if level 2 hits, Seros may have a window.
But Loop has all the CS. He has 4 times as much CS as Saros has. Loop following at it with the autos.
Now 5 times the amount.
Yep. Now 6 times the amount.
When does it end?
When it never ends. Loop is backing up. He's got that level 2. Saros now underneath that turret as well. And Saros just doubled his minions. It's quite depressing actually watching him CS on the turret. There we go.
Loop didn't recall. I actually think that's a really big error because he was so far ahead in minions.
Especially on the cannon wave. Especially on the cannon wave. So hard to push out.
Should have gone back.
I agree
Now all of
with
a
you.
sudden Seros can push, get level 3 first.
Level 3 goes over to Loop though. Saros literally just landing Q and E. Now there's the level 3. Does he go for Miasma? Just another point in E. There comes the Miasma for the zone control onto Loop. Comes forward with the Pierce. Doesn't quite connect with Saros. But yeah, I really feel Loop should have gone back. Now it looks like he's... No, he's just going for the Relic.
And all of a sudden, Cassiopeia is actually stronger in this matchup, I feel. She's got the pushing advantage. She hits the poison. Here we go.
Yeah, the Twin Fangs out, the Miasma as well. Loop has to back off Saros. The vision has been cut. Doesn't have the ward for the vision, however. Miasma spreading into the bush will give him that. Loop walks back into it just to damage himself.
Now look how much healthier Seros is, and Loop is really far off. And this is why the ring has one advantage. It gives you an extra potion.
For sure. Also, the mana region is helping out immensely because Cassiopeia, as we said before, likes to spend that mana.
And this is going to be a big minion wave. Seros has just seen that Loop's gone back. He's going to shove the wave as hard as he can.
Cassiopeia can do that quite well. Q's coming out, should be gone. Saros can go back to base while this is underneath the turret. There isn't a minion wave for a while. Perfect timing by Saros.
Yeah, and Seros all of a sudden 9 minion CS. That is absolutely massive.
Loop coming back in. He's not going to get a lot of these. All these are horribly set up to CS. He didn't get that one, didn't get that one. Gets one. I think 1 out of... Okay, 2. 2 out of around 6 or 7 there.
And it's a cannon creep wave.
This is like the second time we see a Cassiopeia just randomly coming back after looking like she's in a losing position, and it's all about hitting some Qs. She landed some Qs, and all of a sudden, bam, flash out. Loop took a turret shot. We're once again back on step 1, mind games.
Mind games. Once again, looking at the Fairy Charm. I swear to God, if Saros builds a tier now, I don't know what I will do. But Loop now pushing in. This is only really good for Saros because as long as Loop is walking towards him, very easy to land those Qs. As soon as Loop starts, I just realized in this matchup it's actually really difficult for Loop to start dodging these Qs if Saros doesn't reactively. Because as soon as he's locked into an auto attack animation, he has to go one way and Saros can just predict it. And right now he's landing every single Q, every single E, but the Rend comes out from Loop. Those aren't even skill shots, he's going to land them every single time. And they trade fairly evenly.
Yeah, and Seros is picking up a lot of CS here. He still maintains that 6 CS lead. Loop kind of running out of options right now because he's losing sustained trades. Cassiopeia slowly stacking up that passive.
Maxing Twin Fang as usual, not looking just for the poke, but for the all-ins. Exhaust is coming up, is now just come back off cooldown for Saros. Loop still has both offensive summoners. Flash is still off cooldown, or on cooldown rather. And once again, we're in this war of attrition.
Yeah, this looks like another game that will go the distance because I don't really know how either kills each other right now. So Loop wants it.
Well, literally, as you said, that's one they're going to go for the all-in, and Saros dropping low looking for the Ren. Not going to be quite enough damage. Takes a tower shot. Had that Q landed, that may have been curtain. Saros still doesn't have the flash, but he'll have it before Loop has his summoners.
Yeah, and the ultimate is going to be much more effective out of Saros because he can actually use it.
Yep.
So as soon as that flash is available, he can go all in.
So the problem that I'm imagining now, the Kalista jump, she always jumps backwards if she wants to go back. So the Cassiopeia ult is going to be so easy to land. She always faces her targets.
That's actually quite a big deal.
And
This
Luke
matchup-
keeps walking through poison.
Yeah,
You know, it's a unique strategy. We'll see how it pays off as the game progresses.
currently not well. Luke will go back to base. What's he going to pick up? What would be a good item choice here? I guess Hex Drinker is kind of just a go-to. Never mind, just going to go for the Vamp-Sep. So he's going for the long game.
Certainly is. Both of them want the 100 CS at this point, it looks like. Tier will be picked up, I assume, from Seros. Nope. Don't know why I speak sometimes.
Yeah. Well, we were completely off. Both of us were off with those item predictions there, Spawn, so... Loop coming back into lane is level 6, doesn't really mean anything. Saras is level 6, that does mean something, has the Petrifying Gaze, has Flash as well.
Explain the mana crystal to me. Why would you ever get a mana crystal?
For mana. I'm sorry, but I don't have anything else to say. Like, I was assuming, like, sure you want to go for the most cost-efficient buy. If you finish the tier, you're investing in something that is better later.
Oh, he got him.
Oh, he gets the stun as well, and Loop is dropping low. This should be the kill for Saras. That was just a perfect ultimate coming in for Cassiopeia, and even just crawls across the floor.
And it's exactly what you said. He just telegraphed the way that he was going to jump.
Yeah.
Mid-air, he just gets absolutely nailed, and Cassiopeia walks away with another victory.
It was like, Kalista's always going to jump backwards, and it's so strange, once again, a scenario where the opponent of Cassiopeia is ahead in the early game and kind of screws up in some kind of strange way, twice baited by a flash to take a turret shot. Very, very strange.
Yeah, that was not a good, I guess, mid-game, can we call it that, at about the 3.5 minute mark for Loop there, because he did exactly what he said. He took 2 turret shots this time.
Even 2.
Yeah, and still came out.
If Egypt taught us anything, 2 turret shots, not good.
Very true. That match still triggers me. I still feel like he should have won that game. It literally just came down to the Q. But yeah, in this match, once again, like, it was looking like the war of attrition. Loop even figured that it was going to be the war of attrition to himself, and then Saras has punished him.
Yeah, it was exactly how Yamato said it was going to go. As soon as that hop was channeled and Seros had the ultimate available, didn't even have to burn flash. He just lined him up and absolutely destroyed him.
So the question is now, we've seen 2 victories on Cassiopeia, and both times when the long-range AD carries are banned, you're not going to really expect anyone to pick Tristana or Jinx in a 1v1. Then she seems pretty decent.
What's wrong with Tristana?
What's wrong with Tristana?
Yeah.
Late game beast, Summoner's Rift. I'm just drawing parallels because that's what I have to work with.
I'm just thinking Rocket Jump and Explosive Satchel, that's a pretty good level too. Pushing
Actually-
power on wave 1.
Actually, you're correct. I like the Tristana.
Well,
Bust
look
out
at
the
this,
Tristana,
look at the
boys.
synergy on the caster. It's all coming together. Anyway, soon we're going to be bidding goodbye to Yamato as he gears up for his 1v1. But before we do, we're going to throw it on stage with an interview with the winner.
Thank you very much, Pulse. And I'm here with Seros. And Seros, your Varus was fantastic in your first 1v1. Why didn't you go back to that pick?
最初にバルスを使っていい成績を残したのに、なんでバルスを使わなかったんですか？
一度使ったチャンプはその対策をされていると思っているので、その別のチャンプを使うようにしました。
I tried to use different champions because if I use the same champion, it's going to be the same tactics. So I try to use different champions.
Mix it up, make sure that you always keep your opponent on their toes. And what was actually the strategy going into this game? Were you trying to just to farm it out, or did you plan for an all-in after that level 6?
この試合のカシオペアの戦略はどういったものだったんですか？
最初はその E で倒しに行く予定だったんですけど、その相手がそのこっちが CS で勝つことを目標にしていると勘違いして、そのライフスティールを積んできたので、逆に倒してやろうと思ってその仕掛けに行きました。
At first, I was trying to beat him with my E, but the opponents, so I'm trying to win with a CS, and he chose to build a lifesteal. So I changed my mind to beat him up.
Yeah, makes sense. Of course, when in doubt, end up just beating him in the end. So that sort of makes sense there. And thank you very much, Seros. But we are going to throw it back to the casters to get us into our last 1v1 before Yamato and Rusty go at it.
Thanks, Atlas. I'm feeling way less short now. That's actually fantastic. Coming back onto this. Okay, thank you very much.
No worries.
But yeah, we are gearing up for our next 1v1. It will be Choo-Choo's versus Smurf. Should be a very interesting one as we get into this.
Yeah, it should be. We've already seen the OPL players quite good at this, Smurf. Of course, we'll probably be looking forward to tomorrow and the 5v5 he has to play. So this might be the time for Choo-Choo's, that man on your screen, to strike.
Yeah, the OCE players looking very good in this one. Just relaxing before this game. Thinking about the tactics as he wants to employ. And what are we thinking about champion picks? Are we going to see anything funky from these guys, or are we looking at meta?
Well, Yamato keeps talking about Zed. And there is one person that plays Zed very well, and that is Choo-Choo's. He was a very old-school Zed player, and I hope that he goes back towards something like that. And I also hope we stop seeing AD carries.
Yeah, and maybe less Cassiopeia as well. Kindred will be the first ban, Yorick as well. Okay, so nothing really out of the ordinary. We saw so much Kindred in the first couple of days, along with Kennen, along with Lulu. And not seen a bunch of that in the last couple.
Smurf's Fiora has also been really good this tournament. Another melee champion that has a really cool passive in a 1v1 situation. Riposte is a really cool skill as well, so might be something he can utilize on the Snowdown Showdown map.
Kalista, Urgot will be the next two bans. We've seen that Urgot is only superior to Urgot, and Kalista has just been generally solid over the tournament. We've seen that Kalista has been cancelled out by Cassiopeia, but you have to have those mechanics on Cassiopeia, and there's not that many players in this tournament who will have that. Caitlyn will be the final ban coming in from Choo-Choo's.
Yeah, so Choo's just getting rid of all the annoying normal champions that we see. Karma also joins the bench to round everything out. And we'll see what the players want to pick.
We will. That is how the champion select works, Spawn. Karma will be the final ban. I hope it's Bard.
I hope it's Bard.
I really hope it's Bard.
But Smurf has locked in Kennen.
Boring.
Maybe
He wants
trying
to
to
win. This
mind
is a
game
man who
Choo's
wants to
here.
win.
Last time Choo's saw Kennen in this tournament did not go too well.
That's very true. Yeah, sure, let's go. There's no jungler this time to actually gank and get double killed, so it may actually work out.
Potentially. Brand would be very exciting with how his passive works.
AD or AP?
I would go AD.
Okay.
Just because the Mastery is going to be useful on either. His auto attack is actually really smooth.
I don't know if you caught that on camera, but Smurf literally just didn't know what to make of the brand as it was locked in. It's like, what? I don't. Okay.
Well, Max Q Brand also has a really long, level 2 he has a great stun. That's why you see so much support play. And then it's like a 3-second cooldown where you just keep throwing it out. So definitely think there is value in this pickup, and his passive is surprisingly annoying. I keep forgetting what that mastery is called.
Which one?
The one on the right side of the first tree.
What, Deathfire
Touch?
Okay. Yeah, he'll just go for that to synergize with Burning.
Yeah.
He'll probably also go with the Corrupting Potion, which also synergizes with Burning. And Kennen will do a lot of Burning.
So maybe he actually goes AP then and just goes for the level 2 all-in, walks at him, ease him, sees if he can set something up.
Maybe.
And has a great skin, by the way.
Oh yeah, Spiritfire Brand definitely up there on the tier list of skins. But do you think you can take anything from players who put their Ignite and Exhaust on different keys? Where do you put your Ignite?
I am a Flash on D player in Ignite.
Flash on D. But okay. F is for Flash.
No,
not
F is for... Yeah, can't say it on camera. But I think you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, moving on. So Choo-Choo's going into this push will be the first one there. Smurf looking for another one himself. Actually, good read by Smurf, knowing that Choo-Choo's would be heading up. Literally just doubled back, didn't even have vision of Choo-Choo's at that point.
And Yamato would be very proud because Choo's has gone with W, so he's just going to look to shove wave number 1.
And this is AP.
Yeah, 41 AP in fact.
That's literally like a full AP page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Electrical Surge is the skill of choice by Smurf. Choo-Choo's just chilling out under tower. And what can we have happen here? So coming into this 1v1, the minion wave is coming in. Choo-Choo's literally just way easier for him to get the early damage in.
Ooh, and he got
lands. There's no Corrupting Potion though, so actually not going to be burning too hard.
But the passive still will apply, and
yeah.
You can see that he has complete control over the minion wave. And 100% CS so far. Oh, misses that one. And misses a creep. So I'm a liar on both accounts.
I just want to see Choo-Choo's actually, he's making sure this normalizes so he can actually keep the advantage. Actually, Smurf slightly ahead in the CS. I want to see the level 2 here. Both players one away. Smurf will get it first. Here we go. Doesn't do anything with it though.
Yeah, Choose also misses another W, not throwing him the wave. That's really strange to me.
I mean, is one of two things you do. You bring out the W, you try and get the stun that way, or you just go E, so you get the guaranteed
burn.
Yeah, and then you just Q them.
Yeah, I would go E right now. I would just make sure. Oh, he's actually going Q, so Choose going. He's lost control of the wave. He's lost control of everything. He probably needs to start shoving out, seeing if he can normalize the map. Gets that one.
Out, lands onto Smurf, but there's not a lot of damage. You only have 1 point in that ability so far. Yes, you have all of that AP. But Smurf, as soon as he puts points in E as well, he gets the extra resistances. Smurf's all-in is going to be a lot stronger than Choo Choo's.
Certainly is, and I'm also thinking like Choose's combo is really predictive, and if Smurf can nail that, Electrical Surge gets all the added resistances, going to be able to run away. So Smurf so far showing that he's very familiar with the Brand matchup, even though he was shocked.
Yeah, once again, another Electrical Surge, and Smurf takes a bunch of damage there. This mini wave's coming in though, and it's going to be next to impossible for a Brand to really clear that. He's going to have to QEW if he wants to get all of these. But actually healing up, not doing too badly. The mini wave didn't hit the turret because Smurf went back for his relic over actually just pushing the wave in.
Oh, and he gets stunned up.
He gets the stun as well. The Ignite should be coming down. Choo Choo's actually doesn't use it. So Smurf uses the exhaust. Now Choo Choo's has the advantage.
Yeah, that was a huge mind game. As soon as Choose got exhausted, he just stopped using mana. He didn't want to waste anything else, threw a couple of auto attacks out, backed out of the trade, and now should have a huge advantage if it comes to another scrappy little fight.
Yeah, that is actually quite a big deal. Both of them now have the trinkets as well, but Vision hasn't really paid too much into this game so far.
Goes.
Another W lands, looks for the Q, lands it again. Now comes in the Ignite. She'll be able to pick up this kill. The E comes down, the auto, one more. It goes to Choo Choo's.
Yeah, and that was all because Smurf exhausted too early in that trade. Cannot get out. The resistances don't matter in the end, and Choose able to pick up another victory.
Just confusing Rusty on the way over as well as he comes over. Choo Choo's OCE turning up in the 1v1 tournament.
Yeah, all I'm going to say is Yamato should be petrified with how the Oceanic players are playing right now. And wow, Choose, that was just really well executed in the end.
Yeah, that was fantastic. We started off the game being like, Brand isn't doing enough damage, he's not landing it out, Kennen has all of this outplay potential, and then he just turned around and Q'd him twice and then got 2 stuns and he won.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. And the thing about Brand is like, you're like, his ultimate isn't that impactful. Where is he going to win it? But the Q is just such a strong spell. And if you can nail them the way Choose were nailing those Qs, you're going to win most games.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was all on the skill shots after they were set ablaze. Like, he literally just had to land those stuns, but he did it early, so he made it happen. Also, the fact that he held on to the Ignite as well in the first trade was such a big deal.
Yeah, definitely agree. Was able to just hold everything until the time where he was able to all in.
Yeah, well, we're going to hear more from the winner himself. Choo Choo's is stood on stage.
Thank you very much, Pulse. And I'm here with Choo Choo's. The crowd going nuts, as it's now 2 Legacy team members that are through to the last few rounds of the 1v1 tournament. And Choo Choo's, the Brand. First time we've seen it, the mind games at the beginning of that game, it looked like you played that flawlessly. What came over you? Is this the influence of OCE Faker?
Well, I felt like it would be a bit embarrassing if my teammate, my jungler, made it and I didn't. So I prepared Brands in the room earlier today. And I think he's definitely one of the strongest 1v1 champions.
Well, he certainly looked like it there on the showdown, but there was also the fact that you played it exceptionally well. What is it about Brand that's so strong?
His passive really works well with his kit. Just if you can constantly refresh it with your spells, with the timing of your spells, and the stun. Like, stuns in 1v1s are pretty much a game changer.
Yeah, well, also baiting out that exhaust was fantastically well played. Are you thinking that Brand might be something that will be banned away? Do you have more planned for the next few rounds?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to them if they want to ban it, but I've got a couple more things I've prepared.
Well, I'm excited to see it as well. And one more thing, just because we've got a crowd here, they're all behind you. Do you have anything you want to say to the Choo Choo's fans?
OCE will do well in 1v1s.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go all the way and grab those 50 points. But let's head it back to the casters as we have Rusty and Yamato Cannon raring to go.
OCE turning up. But before we go there, BRTT is going to take on Kira real fast. And we're talking about the 50 points. But Kira, if he goes all the way to the final, nest those 50 points from first place, even if CIS lose tomorrow, they can still win the tournament.
Yeah, they certainly can. So a lot of pressure on Kira to be able to step up and take down BRTT, who should be no stranger to this. He's like a great Draven player. We've seen his misfortune already. As far as AD carry goes, he's got the champion pool.
Not just that. Remember, the guy who coined Respect the Rat, we saw how well Twitch did today. We can see the Twitch come out here, Spawn.
We certainly could see the Twitch come out again.
It's a flawless strategy.
It is. It's 1 of 1.
It is. 100% success rate. I don't see why that would fail now. Anyway, we're going to jump into the next picks and bans. Lulu will be the first ban out, coming in from BRTT. He's done his homework. Kira banning out the Urgot. Kennen, we saw that one last game. Strong, but not undefeatable. And Kindred will be the next ban from Kira.
Yeah, it certainly will be. So we'll see whether BRTT is left on the Rat as an AD carry. If Kalista comes through, that would be what we call the third tier of kind of the Kindred Kalista Twitch combo. Yeah,
the trifecta.
A long time right now.
Yeah, he's really thinking about this one on the bans. Last ban comes out, it's going to be Varus and Draven. This is not Ceros, man. You don't need to ban Varus every single game. Draven comes out, Caitlyn insta locked in. For the love of God, if BRTT locks in Caitlyn now, it could be the famed Caitlyn mirror.
Or he could have learnt something and recognized the skill matchup that is Caitlyn Leona.
Or he's going to be boring and go Caitlyn. I seriously hope if he goes Leona now, that would be the single greatest thing.
It's happened.
Well, we knew it was going to happen at least once in the 1v1 tournament.
So get comfy, guys. I have a feeling this is going to be to the edge.
Like, this literally takes War of Attrition to the maximum. Like, Caitlyn versus Caitlyn literally just has no all-in. You literally trap up, you push up, whoever gets the minion wave is literally just about the small micro things in this 1v1.
Yeah, it certainly is. And I wonder, like, this is the one thing I will say. I wonder what's going to be maxed. Because if you step onto a trap, and you have a couple of extra points in there, it does a lot of damage. And maybe you can send people back, because that's what it's going to be about. You're never going to kill someone. You're Caitlyn, for crying out loud. But if you can send them back early, maybe you can get control of that wave and really put the screws in.
So, I was looking at some of the spells and literally changed at the last second. Both Caitlyns are going to go with the same thing. It's going to be 2 barriers, 2 exhausts. BRTT did have the ignite, but then realized he was playing Caitlyn and then up towards the barrier.
Yeah, I was hoping that BRTT's strategy was going to be take net level 1, net towards him and just shoot him to death with Ignite and Exhaust.
I mean, he'd win.
Not to be.
No, not this game. However, there are differences in the masteries. You can see the Biscuit actually being picked up by Kira here. Meanwhile, BRTT with just a normal potion.
Same skin, though. Arctic Ops.
Well, it is chilly on the showdown, on the Snowdown Showdown.
Certainly is. So they're going to protect themselves from the weather as Kira checks the brush. Doesn't find anything.
No, the ward comes down though. BRTT knows because that ward is that Kira will be pushed up in that bush, therefore can't go forwards. And takes an auto attack trade. Q lands. Q also lands from BRTT. This is incredibly interesting, Spawn.
It certainly is, but Kira got the better of that one.
And
has the headshot ready because he started in the brush.
Yeah, literally because he was auto attack trading well. Ooh.
And now BRTT is going to go back with the creeps already approaching. This is dangerous.
Yeah, this is actually more exciting than I thought this was going to be. Kira picking up the advantage, though, over the AD carry main that is BRTT. Kira reigning supreme as the mid laner, and is already pushing the wave. So all of the action that I thought we were going to see in the first couple seconds of this minion wave hitting is actually completely out the window because BRTT has no way to catch up.
Well, he actually didn't miss any creep, so he can just continue to auto-attack, try and shove back. Actually forfeits a lot of control there.
Yeah, that is...
Although, he's going for the harass.
He is. Grasp of the Undying, actually, I believe, by both players. No, that is Berber battle coming out there. So Kira has a little bit more damage under his belt. BRTT misses a minion there. Kira is just literally just go down to minions. We'll go over to him. Sorry, that is Grasp of the Undying on Kira. And literally just killing some minions. That's basically his game so far. 3 minions to 9. And BRTT has to make sure these minions come into him. Trying to get this headshot landed on Kira. He's going to cut the vision. Turns around, gets the damage out. Also attacking from Brush.
He got it.
Advances, lands the Q. The Piltover Peacemaker does a lot of damage now on the first target. Kira still pushing out these minions. Trying to push this to tower. BRTT fairly critical on the HP, but has slightly more mana. Kira actually, I believe, only has enough for 1Q or 1E. BRTT actually just losing outright here. As soon as he's locked into an auto-attack animation, Kira just immediately auto-attacked him and just straight up won that trade. Here comes the exhaust. Kira turning around. Exhaust comes down as well.
Needs a try.
Oh, there's the barrier. And Kira, the fact that he gets out here and gets to that relic, he has the barrier over BRTT.
Yeah, he certainly does. And BRTT, he didn't want to overcommit because he knew the barrier was available, but he's equalized CS. Actually, he's in front of Kira now. So this is another one of those weird swings where whoever was losing at the start somehow is winning.
Yeah, it's, well, we are in Australia, so everything is upside down here, Spawn. I literally don't know what's going on right now. BRTT takes that minion.
Oh, he's on the trap.
He's on the trap. It didn't activate in time. Kira taking a bunch of damage, but the barrier's still there. Turned around. That's a Peacemaker. Oh, he gets it. The caster minion chimes in for the assist, and that's first blood over to Kira.
Yeah, Kira able to grab it. It came down so close, but once again, using that summoner spell early, comes back, and Kira, as you said, this means so much for the Stars ladder. We keep joking about these matches, but there's some points up for grab, 50 in the end.
This is a big deal, and Kira, mid laner by the way, just took down BRTT, the AD carry. So very close, but that was so well played, and the ball's on him as well. In that first trade, when he didn't barrier, and he was literally points away from death, he saved it, and that's what brought him the win in the second trade.
Yeah, it certainly did, and the other thing you have to point out is understanding the headshot mechanics. Starting the first trade in the brush was so smart. Gave him wave control, meant that he had more headshots available in the first little skirmish they had him. Just put him ahead.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, Spawn, that 1v1 between Caitlyn's was actually very exciting.
Yeah, maybe the changes to Caitlyn really are much better than we thought.
I want to see more Caitlyn now.
Yeah, that was exciting, and you know, maybe there is a glimmer of hope for Yamato because Caitlyn currently undefeated.
Yeah, no glimmer of hope. No, I think Leon is still going to completely decimate that matchup, but got to put, got to make this a little bit even, of course.
Yeah, he's certainly doing. You know, Rusty has a lot of things in his side. Not only has he got a superior champion, home crowd advantage. I've heard Yamato severely jet-lagged, by the way. So, you know, just giving him some excuses now if he loses.
And the air is very thin up there. He's so tall, he won't be able to breathe properly. Anyway, we're going to take a look at that bracket since we have just finished the real 1v1s. But as you can see, Kira will be advancing up there. And as you mentioned, this is so incredibly important for him that he gets into those finals. Because 50 points, if they lose tomorrow in the 5 versus 5 up against Turkey, they can still win.
Yeah, because Turkey has no one left. They've just, you know, great 5v5 team, but haven't been able to secure anything in this 1v1 bracket. And Oceania still got 2 players there. They can still play spoiler. Well, you know, they could just boost some people along.
Just boost people along, yeah. Like, literally sitting from the sidelines. It's kind of crazy how this format has all turned out. But, yeah, exciting to see what Kira will bring tomorrow. Hopefully not... actually, I was going to say hopefully not another Caitlyn game, but literally I've just proven wrong. Like, that Caitlyn was fantastic. Caitlyn versus Caitlyn is interesting. I think Caitlyn into anything else is the boring one.
Yeah, well, that looked like they wanted to kill each other from the start. So they had the right mindset going into that. So, yeah, as long as Caitlyn's trying to kill people, I'm happy to watch.
Yeah, well, back onto this 1v1, the real 1v1 of the day. It will be Yamato versus Rusty. And if you're interested in why all this was completely set up and why this is happening, we're going to show you right now.
Who came up with this, Leona? It makes no sense.
No, it's a fantastic idea.
It is not fantastic. I'll play anyone in the world, Caitlyn versus Leona. I'll win every time.
Win every time. You heard the words come out of Tomato Canyon's mouth.
Yeah, and it's so funny because I think that Yamato got to name the game because it's called Rusty Sucks. And I think Rusty got to name Yamato because he's called Tomato Canyon.
Can you hear those chants right now for Rusty? Home crowd advantage. Yamato, he
looks like Rambo. He honestly looks like Rambo.
These guys are prepared for this 1v1. It all comes down to this. The blue steel out from Rusty into the camera. Absolutely fantastic.
And I finally got a bad photo of him today, so I am super happy because look how photogenic that man is.
We're all a winner in this one. The tie, Yamato Cannon. Will this bring him victory? Time will tell.
Yamato actually looks so serious. So does Zach.
So does Zach. Look at him. There was a moment of seriousness, or, but okay, we're literally milliseconds from getting into this champion select. They're almost, like you look at them and it's like they're debating what the picks and ban's going to be.
Yeah,
we know what this is going to be already.
Exactly right. The only thing I want to know is Rusty going AD or AP because Egypt, very vocal about it being an AD strategy. Take all this AD, you go in there with your W, you're very tanky, you max Q for the cooldown, and then you line people up. My opinion is, you max W, you go AP, you just try and blow them up.
Yeah, basically, you build Leona in any way, and you win. Okay, so very important, SUX, Tomato Canyon just signaling that Rusty sucks. Meanwhile, TSM, can we get some TSM chants in here? thank you guys. Glad you are behind Rusty all the way in this one. Leona locked in. Now, I have been talking a bunch to Rusty. As they said on the analyst desk, doing a bit of coaching. I did play Leona for around 2 weeks, took her to ranked, and lost everything. But I still maintain that it is a strong pick. Now, looking at Tommaso Canyon, what some of the spells will he be bringing into this one? What's your professional opinion here?
He is going Battle of Attrition. He just does not want to die. He's literally, like, those aren't the eyes of a killer. They're the eyes of a very patient man.
That's actually very scary right now on the player cams. As I look at Yamato, giving a quick eye over to his opposition, that is Rusty. Likewise, Rusty doing the same. Just a little flex before he gets into this one.
So, Pols, break it
Yes,
down
sir.
for me. What exactly did you teach Rusty about Leona?
Well, we both agree that Snowball, as it is available on this map, and no one so far in this 1v1 tournament has picked it up, is the optimal play, as it does deal additional true damage on top of your true damage you get from Ignite. So therefore, it's got to be good. You do it from point-blank range. After you connect the Xenoblade, you use it as Engage. There's no way this isn't the optimal play.
Okay, and was it anything else? Is it AP? Is it AD? What do you go?
We were talking a little bit about hybrid or even just going for a complete flat AP. I believe he's going to go for a mix of both. The big thing here is that you will notice that Rusty has gone 1% crit, just in case he crits Tommaso Canyon and just picks up the game at level 1.
So is there anything else left in the cheese? Anything else to this strategy, like skill order?
I believe we're still going with the Q here. Rusty may go W, but no, I think that's pretty exhaustive. I may have something a little bit later.
He has Snowball. Yamato's just sitting in the brush. If he goes right now, he might be able to get him.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. What's the cooldown on Snowball? It's quite short, isn't it?
It's fairly short.
It's only 40 seconds.
I didn't look at the cooldown because it's all about the all-in. You only go in once. But he knows the trap's there. I don't think it's really... I'm not sure if it's worth Rusty just shooting out. Okay, now he has the ward there. Rusty knows the position of Yamato. However, I do feel like the slightly longer game is worth it. Getting level 2, getting level 3, so you have enough damage to trade with Yamato.
Okay, so Rusty, he is playing it nice and slow here. Looking to just pick up the scraps of the CS that Yamato leaves him.
It's all about keeping healthy right now. You'll see he's gone for the Darn Shield as well. This is not what I told you, Rusty.
What did you say?
You go for the Darn Blade, man. Like, you just go all offense. But he's actually just trying to sustain the first couple of levels. This signals to me that Rusty is looking for the level 6 play.
The level 6 play. So there was another thing in the playbook.
I didn't tell him that. I guess he just came with that with his own accord. But
So you're saying that as a coach, you've been completely ignored, and if he loses, you've just distanced yourself from it very quickly.
Yep. That's exactly what's going to happen here. So I'm always the winner. The real winner of this 1v1 is me.
Oh, he missed the Snowball as well. I thought it was point blank. He definitely has gone rogue. Someone aboard. Pulse, you are in trouble.
All right, I feel like Yamato kind of has a very good chance to win this game. He is, of course, from Europe, so I do believe he's going to pick up this win here.
Oh, that is beautiful. Rusty has been abandoned. Hope has been lost. He's got level 3. Yamato's got a point in every ability. He's got cleanse, he's got flash. Somehow I think this is nearly game over already.
Maybe. Rusty, he has 10 seconds
There
away.
we go.
He's going in. He lands the Q.
Cancelled
lands the
an
damage.
auto.
He gets the Thunderlords down. Make sure that happens. Oh, the E misses from Tommaso Canyon.
Oh, and he dances at him.
Yeah. Okay, Rusty's definitely going to win this one. Does have that Snowball back up. Ignite as well.
Oh, he's going
Goes back
again.
in. Over the trap. Xenoblade comes
He's
out.
got him.
Rusty. He's got
Snowball.
Oh, flash away.
He didn't throw. Oh, he did throw it. He missed it.
How's that possible? You're point blank, man. Rusty.
Yamato's had to go back. You can see the char grin on his face. He is not happy at all.
That's not the face of a happy man, but he does have double Darren's Blade now. Rusty needs to try and push out this mini wave, go back and pick up an item. I think he's looking for the Sheen Power Spike. How are we looking on gold right here? 500. That's quite a long way away from the Sheen Power Spike.
No, he's halfway there. He can honestly wait this out because Yamato, with that back, is not going to get to kill him before level 6. He's not going to kill him before Sheen. He's not going to get 100 CS or kill the turret now.
Nope.
Rusty can literally just play the waiting game.
He still has a Snowball as well, so that's even more true damage. Going all in.
Oh, he takes
Rusty
the turret
will
shot. He
take
really
a bit of
has
damage.
learned from Egypt.
Rusty isn't trying to get the kill here. He's just harassing while he goes back. He can decide to go for the relic, but he's going to go back to base here. This is good because Tommaso Canyon is locked in. to staying in this lane.
And I can confirm that Rusty has just let Yamato know that he's not impressed by the choice of summoner spells.
That is true. Krusty the Clown, rather. Absolutely fantastic. I believe you guys at home can also see...
yeah, the chat has been left on. That was the best Egypt impression. Yep, I agree with that one. So Yamato still has complete control of this CS.
And also the trash talk game.
Oh.
It is so punishing to stand on those traps. But, as we mentioned before spawn, looking for this level 6 power spike for
But
Rusty.
There you go, Shane. He legitimately ignored every piece of advice.
He's completely gone rogue. I have jumped ship maybe 5 or 6 times in this game. But
he keeps pulling you back in with glimmers of hope.
Yeah, every time he lands a Xenoblade, man. I just feel like he's going to win. But, okay. Tomato Canyon still pushing up here. So actually leading on the CS quite significantly, by the way.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. Who cares? We'll move on from that one. But Rusty still has the all-in potential. Let's give him something. Oh, he missed.
It's fine. It's back up in 10 seconds.
He wants to push out the wave. And
look at all the damage that Tomato Canyon is not doing to Rusty.
And Yamato, the flash, I feel it's going to cost him here because Rusty's going to get level 6 off this creep wave. And he's going all in. Yamato's going back, though.
Yeah, he has to go back. Okay. Rusty, we'll hit level 6 here. What is the item pickup going to be from Caitlyn? Boots? Okay.
That's really disappointing. You know what? Even if Rusty loses this game, I think we can all agree that Yamato has really taken a coward's way out.
Yeah, I think so too. The boots, even picking Caitlyn, I know he was forced to, but I can still hold that against him. And Ruby Crystal. So yeah, he's basically just trying to increase or decrease the kill pressure from Rusty. I actually don't think that was worth it.
Fakes out the W.
Yeah, but it's up in 7 seconds. Basically not worth it.
Well, Yamato, he just wants the wave to push into it. Rusty legitimately has to pull off a turret dive right now.
It's true. But Rusty is literally zoning away from these minions, but the minion wave's pushing.
It's pushing. No, none of them have died yet.
What was that? She just snowballed to a minion. It's fine, up in 40 seconds. Kappa is the right response here.
Yamato has got this in the bag. I am so sorry, Rusty, but I am even leaving this ship.
He avoided all of the knowledge bombs I gave him.
Yeah, like, I'm not blaming you, mate. This is completely on him now.
This is all on you, Rusty. You're on your own. If you do win, I'm back on your team, but until then, all hail Yamato Cannon.
The new overlord. Go right now. He's in the creep wave. He's tanking it all up. Get him.
Going in. Actually, he's going to go for the Q first, but just walks up to him. This is going to walk away. This is it's coming apart at the seam spawn.
Yeah, Yamato is in his head. The mind games have well and truly been won right now. Tomato Canyon, Potato Famine. I think I heard him get called Nintendo Salmon one time. Has definitely lost this.
Oh, the Q is landed. Rusty comes in, but the net is good. He backs off, lands the headshot, doesn't connect the Piltover, but it's okay. 53 farm, over halfway there to 100 CS. If this does go to 100 CS, this would be the worst 1v1 ever to have existed. Rusty, looking for the E opportunity. The Q. The snowball is coming up. Boom, headshot. Thank you very much, Caitlyn.
That's what he's waiting for, the headshot. That's what we decided the win condition was. Go in on the headshot.
I had so much faith in those first 2 Zenith Blades.
Well, he was nailing everything.
Yeah. I don't think he's hit a skill shot since.
Yeah, now he's not.
He used these opportunities.
And the flash is back available. Oh, Yamato, salt in the wounds.
Oh, dear. Rusty not having a good game so far. Gonna go back to base.
For a living.
Trash talk is still real. Yamato goes back to base. Is actually just going to close his eyes, take a nap real quick, take a stretch. Because he is not breaking a sweat so far against Rusty. That is for certain. Seeker's Arm Guard has been picked. Where's the Sheen? Oh my. This is not looking good. Reducing the burst. He's going for the sustain trade. He's gone for the Q and the W. I literally do not understand.
If he stacks it up, it's quite gold efficient.
Oh yeah. But it doesn't matter if you just lose the game. Like, this is going to hit 100 farm. And Rusty just doesn't have the burst to chunk through Tomato Canyon.
certainly does not. He needs to go right now. Oh, he hit it.
He's going to go in, lands the Q, lands the Xenoblade. He has the ultimate as well, needs to be using it soon. There comes the ultimate, too late in the combo. Have to wait until he's stun locked. Takes him down to around 40%, but that Giant's Belt is really paying off.
Yeah, Giant's Belt. He's going for Steric's Gauge. He does not want to be bursted out. Oh, Yamato has completely mind-gamed him, and it misses.
We are like 4 for 8 right now, I think, on hit rates for the Xenoblade. Maybe that's even giving him too much credit here.
Snowball about to come back up. Maybe he can hit that.
Oh. Nope. There we go. Goes in over the trap. Gets the stun off. Doesn't turn around for the Xenoblade.
Oh, he gets
there
him
it
again.
goes once again. Takes a tower shot though. This is Ejim all over again. Rusty backing off. Has to get away from these. The flash after by Tomato Canyon will manage to get
He's
to this
taking
one.
creep.
He has the ultimate available. Pop onto Rusty. There's not enough damage, and the dash comes out.
Yeah, it does. I actually think Rusty should stick around. He has everything available. Yamato only has cleanse. If he lands the next snowball, no, he doesn't want to. He goes back to base. Yamato 31 CS away from victory.
Okay, now Rusty is going for the Sheen, but it's too little too late, man. And first
Yamato
CS
cancelled the
remaining.
recall. He wants
Why?
it to not hit the turret.
Was he trying to get goal for something? No.
He's sticking around.
I don't understand.
If Rusty lands a snowball, this is a little bit maybe arrogant from Yamato.
Yeah, Rusty's ultimate is coming off cooldown very soon. We're talking about seconds here.
100 CS, here I come.
Oh, Yamato. Literally stared Rusty in the eyes for that one.
Rusty, turret dive him. You've got your ultimate. You have
I feel
everything
it's the right play. It literally
available.
just came off cooldown. He doesn't have the ignite, but he has the snowball. I really think
gets
he's going
it.
to go in. Go in,
for
Rusty.
it.
This is your chance.
Oh.
Press it.
Do it!
Oh, the smack. Tomato Canyon.
He gets to go back to base. He's bought a pot because he's level 9.
That was the opportunity. Well, this is reenacting the Ejim game because Ejim would have gone in on that.
Yeah.
And he actually lost because of the tower. Rusty is going to go the other route, so we'll see if this
But he
is
hit the snowball, then ultimate straight away.
Exactly,
The
this is
comes
still
out,
the darkest
follow him
timeline.
with
This
the
is not
Zenith
good. Oh dear. Wait, what is that? Oh, that's Elixir
a
Wrap.
Oh,
Rusty comes back in. He's not going to have enough burst to 100-0 him, but he does have the ultimate, doesn't have the ignite, so he's trying to get as much damage as possible. Piltover lands in from Yamato. Rusty backing off. We'll have to go get that relic, and I think he might have to just go back to base.
he can't. Yamato is like 14 CS away.
Yeah.
He stops for a type.
Actually, that's 23. That's also how maths works, but yep.
Yep, no.
He is very close to 100 CS. I do agree with that.
The right number was in my head. I just didn't say it right.
Rusty. Yeah, you're right. He has to stay in. This is a big minion wave coming in.
Minion block out of 10. Oh, he's even blaming basic mechanics. I didn't think he would go
There's
this
the
low.
ultimate. That is dead center. Will go in. Doesn't have the snowball, however. He's going to go for this trade, but this is going to go over to Yamato. Actually,
he
misses
missed
the E
it.
though. Rusty cuts the vision. Still getting those autos down.
No.
Jumps into the trap. Oh, the disrespect.
Yamato still wants the creeps. He's not going to kill him.
He's going for the minion kill.
Oh.
First blood. Unreal. And as I said all along, Spawn, that Tomato Canyon would bring home the win. There was no
it
way that
doesn't dance on
could win
stage.
this matchup. Absolutely fantastic. The handshake comes out.
Rusty looks so disappointed in himself right now. Yamato looks
and as
elated.
am I, Spawn. As am I.
I can't believe people are cheering him.
All hell, our overlord, Tomato Canyon.
Yeah, you do.
Taking the victory, Yamato Cannon, Rusty. Is there going to be a friendship after this? Because that was brutal.
I agree. Rusty, it's your choice. I'm making you choose.
Of course I want a friendship, man.
Come here.
It's beautiful.
Well,
It's beautiful.
To be fair, this matchup, if you play it as cheesy as I did, build full tank, get the Giant's Belt, and eventually at level 9, get the Battle of Wrath Potion, it is unlosable.
Well, it did look like that, but Rusty, you said that you just got to play the matchup and you're going to win. What went wrong?
I think the first problem is I'm not Ejim. Apart from that,
He didn't win either.
he should have. He did actually play the matchup well. He made one mistake, whereas on my part, I played it as well as I could, I guess.
It was look. There was some hope in the middle there, but the rest of it was honestly really depressing to watch. Do you feel dirty?
It's
after
like
that?
I felt like at one point, like I was actually a bit nervous, but then I realized I can do so many things wrong, and yet I won't lose. Like I'm a CS after CS, and I felt, you know, like back in the day I used to play competitive, but now I feel so old.
Didn't need any mechanics at all.
Just like to remind everyone he's 19. He's not old.
What?
I have proof.
Well, I think I'm done.
So is Rusty.
Yeah. I just want to ask a question, guys. Yamato first. Has this reignited the pro player career? Do you think that you can get back on that stage?
Well, whoever needs an AD carry out there that is very proficient on Caitlyn, preferably China, so I can get paid a lot, contact me.
And Rusty?
I don't know if there's a career out there for me as a support. I definitely want to go back as a mid laner, though. Sign me up, TSM. You see those bans?
It's a very good point. I mean, it's only Bjergsen that you'd be up against in that role, so you'd be absolutely fine. So Rusty, TSM, if you're watching, just let us know whether you want Rusty right here. Look, he looks fantastic in a bow tie. But ladies and gentlemen, we still have more to come. Ultimate Bravery is happening right after this break. Don't go anywhere.